welcome to another Munkeh Motors test ride video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, as some of you may already know. This is not a demo bike in front of me, it's my bike. So it is a 2008 Honda Hornet, also known as a CB600FA. So I thought it would be important for me to kind of do this test ride of my own bike, because in all my videos I always compare everything back to the Hornet. So, you know, it makes sense for me to explain what I feel about the Hornet to you, so that you can kind of get my references when I'm describing something as being torquier or more aggressive, or I thought it would be good for the channel. Plus I've never really done a proper walk around or review of my bike, so why not? So yeah, it is a 599cc, cobwebs, inline 4 engine. It's got a claimed peak brake horsepower of 102, and that's at 12,000 RPM. The red line's at 13, so very late on the power, and the peak torque is 47 foot-pounds, and that is at 10,500 revs. So it's a detuned engine from a Honda CBR600RR, but it's still very peaky. You know, it's still got a bloody rag its neck to get any power or torque out of her, but when you're doing that, it is good fun. The things I should point out that make the bike different from stock, and therefore I'm going to get a slightly different experience to anyone else on a Hornet, is first off, we've got the Kropovich GP series megaphone exhaust, as it's known, and that thing is loud. The baffle is not in the exhaust, the baffle is under the seat. And the second thing is this gold Renthal handlebar. So this makes my handlebar a little bit wider than the normal. So you often, you know, if you watch back my other test ride videos, I'm normally talking about how the handlebars feel a bit close together, and it's because I'm used to this big old Renthal handlebar. But other than that, it's pretty much stock. You know, I've got heated grips, gold rim tape. All of this was put on by the previous owner, which was lovely. I might as well start her up so you can see what I mean about the exhaust. It is on the loud side, but I do like it. So that's it, just ticking over. The engine's already warm, obviously. I've just ridden here, so I don't mind giving it a bit of a... But yeah, it's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm now going to spend the next 4 hours trying to blur out my number plate, which is always fun, but on with the rest of the review. The seat height is 800mm, so I'll put all my inside leg and everything in the description, but standing here I've got both feet completely flat. I can even like spread my legs a bit and get both feet completely flat, so it's got a nice low seat height, nice comfortable upright sitting position, and yeah, let's get moving. So let's do a bit of low speed, first gear. The fueling is not amazing. It does not like doing low revs. It's meant to be ragged. The engine is warm, so it's a lot better than it normally is, but kind of normally if I try go along about 10 miles an hour, don't know if you can hear it, but it's constantly hunting. It just wants more gas. It always wants more gas. It doesn't like a steady throttle. It always wants you to be, you know, turning that throttle, getting more gas on. Which you know, this is something I don't find on the bigger bikes. This is what I'm looking forward to when I move up to 1,000. It is a bit, the fueling's it's just not perfect, and that might be something to do with my slip-on exhaust. I really don't know. I doubt it. It's not a full system. But anyway, so yeah, you can kind of just hear that slight hunting. I often find it's not that smooth around roundabouts. In first, it's kind of, it doesn't know whether it wants to go or stop. Go or stop. See, I'm jerking all over the place, just trying to go around smooth in first. But you know, I love this bike. It's a great bike, but I'm just trying to point out all its faults. And these are things that I will be obviously rating other bikes against. So yeah, second, it's not much better going around a roundabout in second. It's still a bit, doesn't know whether it's coming or going, but hey ho, that's what you have for having a little 600cc engine that just wants to be ragged. So here, you know, second's not too bad. It's a bit better than first, but the issue is second gear pulling away. When I come off that roundabout, I was only at like 4,000, 5,000 RPM, which means I have no power. So for example, I'll take this roundabout in second and I'll get hard on the gas. So we're currently at 4,000 RPM as we put around here, and I'll open her up, and it's just like, it's pretty quick. but it's only when you're up from that 10 to 12,000 RPM that is when it properly kicks in. So you do have to wring its neck. You know, if you want a speedy getaway from a roundabout, you do really have to go around it in first, which is, you know, it's fine if you're on it. If you're on a proper, I'm out ragging it, like, you know, I'll do this one in first. It means I'm doing about 6,000 RPM instead of 4. And when I get on the gas, I'm going to make sure the bike's upright. Oh, it does go, you know. It's not slow by any means, but you do need to be on it. You know, you can't be putting around in second or third and suddenly think, oh, let's make a quick overtake. You know, you need to be in the right gear. You need to be high in the revs, bring the noise. Whereas, you know, on 1,000, you can get away with being in second or third and then twist to the wrists and away you go. Let's try not to lose my little monkey slipping out of his strap. That'll get me in trouble. But yeah, you need to make sure you're in the right gear. You want to keep it above 7,000 RPM if you want to have a good time. Which obviously on a bigger naked, you can get away with being a lot more lazy with your gear selection and using that low down torque. Another thing to point out on this bike, it does get a bit vibey at 7,000 RPM. If I just hold it around 7,000, I am getting some interesting feelings in my genitals, but I might swap to the GoPro full screen now because I guess it might pick up the vibrations a bit better. But yeah, I've got a tingling in my feet, tingling in my balls. Yeah, you get a lot of vibes. But, you know, it's transient, it doesn't last long. And you know that's when the fun's going to happen. Once you get that vibration, you know you're about to hit the power band and you're about to go forwards rather quickly. But and another thing I find, I'll have to go somewhere quiet to demonstrate this. Let's put it all down here. You might be able to pick up the sound, I don't know, but if I start kind of filtering around when I'm around that, there's this, I don't know what revs it is, but I get to a certain point and the white like fairing around the headlight, that starts to give a little vibration, and it makes a bit of a funny noise again from the vibrations. But you know, these are all just little tiny niggles. The bike's got plenty of good points. As you can see, I'm having no trouble riding it around, having a good time. It's light and flickable. Obviously, you know, it's only a 600. You know, quick shifting is nice. Gearbox is nice. First to second, no issues. And then third, fourth, you know, no need to use the clutch. It does it all effortlessly. Ground clearance around corners is good. I've only ever had the pegs down once, and that was me doing silly things in the roundabout. And that sounds like I've gone out, you know, trying to get my knee down or something. It's not. It's me doing an emergency swerve around the imaginary hazard. But I'll put a link to that in the description if you're interested. But yeah, let's see if we can do a bit of low speed filtering and see if we can get the hum of the plastic fairing around the headlight to start talking. It won't do it. Nothing ever does it on camera, does it? You want something to happen and it won't. It'll just be like, nope, I'm going to behave because I'm on camera. But yeah, low speed handling's nice, you know, central gravity's low down. It's quite easy just to pop through cars. I find the widest point on the bike for filtering is actually the handlebars. Handlebars and wing mirrors stick out about the same, and I guess again I've got the aftermarket rental bars, so your experience may be different to mine. But yeah, sometimes even just sitting around roundabouts, there is a slight, can you hear it? A slight buzz. That's this plastic vibrating. There you go, I've stopped it now by wiggling it. But yeah, other than that, it's a great little bike. I don't know if I'd recommend it as a first bike. This is my second bike. My first bike was a big bike, shouldn't have been. Suzuki GSX 650F, that had about 70 horsepower but weighed about 240 kilos. This bike's like 193-ish wet weight, curb weight, whatever you want to call it. Kilos, that is. So it's a bit lighter, got a lot more horses. But it would make a good first bike if you're not a nutter. You know, I was 21 when I got my first big bike, so I was a nutter. But if you're What is this fan doing? Coming up my left hand side. But yeah, if you're not a dick, you can get away with having a Hornet as a first bike, and with the new UK licensing laws, you can get one of these restricted to 33 brake horsepower, whatever it is, and ride around on that till you get your full license. I know that's what a Kent rider did, another moto vlogger from the area, so that is a way to go. One thing I wanted to point out when I was doing my walk around and completely forgot is in the UK we have to tax our vehicles, and the way that you do that has recently changed. It always used to be you had a little paper tax disc that you stuck on your bike, and that was, you know, so everyone could see that you've paid your road tax. But nowadays it's all done online, so you don't need the paper disc. So I've took mine out. Oh, it has rotated while we've been riding, but yeah, I stuck my Monkey's Motors M in my tax disc. Did that this morning, pretty chuffed for that. Oh, Yamaha R1. I haven't seen many of them out in the wild yet. Nice. Right, let's cane it back to Tesco's. I am now in the middle of nowhere. This car's pulling over, I'm pulling out. I guess we don't have to go back to Tesco's. We could broaden our car park horizons and maybe try a little. Should we try a little? But so yeah, I don't know if you can hear that now. See, can you hear that? The engine was just like chugga 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 chugga. It wanted more. It struggles low down. Its low speed fueling's not great. Once you're on the gas, it's fine, but obviously you don't always want to be on the gas. Yeah, even though it's a detuned CBR600 engine, it's still pretty tuned. It doesn't like being low down in the revs, and that's what I like about the Speed Triple and the Z-Foul. They're just so silky smooth low down. You don't have to be on it all the time. You can just be taking it easy and then still have that oomph when you want it. Whereas yeah, if you want oomph from this, you've got to be riding hard, riding fast all the time. But other than that, lovely bike. Lovely bike. I get about, when I used to have a nice long commute to work, I used to get about 45 miles per gallon. Now I'm riding around in town or just caning it about at the weekends, I only get about 30 miles per gallon. But you know, it's how you ride and what roads you're riding on will determine your mileage. But yeah, other than that, really good bike, really good bike. It's you know, it's got enough power. It's got enough power. But as I am, you know, I ride all day, well not all day, I ride every day. I don't always ride, you know, to the red line like a nutter. Sometimes I am just pootling about. So that is why I want the bigger bike, more torque, low down, more power, low down. So I can be on a nice lazy ride out. But if I spot an overtake, I can just get on it without having to be still in first or second gear, because, you know, this bike's power is not really usable out of first and second. In third, you're in the power bound from like 80 to 110 or something, you know. So by then it's a bit illegal. You can't make use of it at road legal speeds, whereas on the bigger bikes, you know, you can pull from 40 up until 80 or something in third and still have plenty of torque to make it fun. But yeah, that is my Honda Hornet. Good bike. Like I said, it's the ABS version. I've never had it kick in. Hopefully I never will. But yeah, thanks for watching this slightly different test ride / review. I've got a few more ideas on what's coming next for this channel on test rides. Like I keep saying, need to get a big V-twin out. But I think the next video is going to be a bit of a surprise and a little bit different as well. Hopefully that'll be out in the next couple of weeks. But thanks for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. Find me on all good social media outlets. And I'll see you next time.